Bore da on another Monday morning, drawing nearer to Christmas. But the question I have for you this morning is, what does Christmas mean to you? And some of you may answer this morning, well, it's time with family and friends. Others may say, well, it's about carols, cards, television specials. And others, it's about hectic shopping, parties, and eating too much. All of these and more have become part of our commercialized Christmas. But what about the first Christmas? Why is the original story, the babe in the manger, the shepherds, the wise men, the angels, important, if at all? Well, can I invite you this morning to consider 7 reasons why I believe the original Christmas story matters even today and even to you and to me. You may not agree with all the 7 reasons, but perhaps they will stimulate your thinking and maybe even kindle some feeling that resonates with that famous story. First, the Christmas story is important because it's a story that has endured. For 2 millennia, people have told of the child in Bethlehem's manger, of angels who announced his great birth to shepherds, of learned men who travelled from afar to view him and to worship him. Secondly, the Christmas story is important because it's a story of hope and survival. You see, Jesus' society knew the great pain of oppression. Rome ruled in those days. Joseph and his pregnant wife Mary travelled a long distance from Bethlehem to register for the census, but they could not find some proper lodgings. Mary bore her baby and laid him in a manger, a feeding trough for animals. Eventually, King Herod sought to kill the baby. Warned of the impending risk, Joseph and Mary fled as refugees to Egypt and then only returned after Herod's death. So the Christmas story is important because it has endured and because it speaks of hope and survival. And if we need hope and a message of survival, it's in these days. Reason number 3, the Christmas story is important because it's a story about peace and goodwill. Christmas carolers sing peace on earth, greeting cards extol peace, families desire it, and even the news reminds us of its fleeting nature. However, Jesus came into the world as the Prince of Peace. Reason number 4, it's a family story. Christmas is a time for family gathering. This interaction can, of course, bring with it great stress, estrangement, or ill will from past conflicts can again explode. And Joseph and Mary had their many family challenges. However, with God's help, the family overcame all major obstacles. And this Christmas, so can your family and mine. And then fifthly, the Christmas story is important because it's a story of humility. You see, when kings, presidents, and other rulers appear in public, great pomp often follows. From a biblical perspective, God came first, not as a ruling king, but as a servant, as a baby born in humble circumstances. His becoming human helps us identify with him. And reason number 6 why the Christmas story matters is this: it was a story that was foretold. You see, Jesus' followers noted numerous clues to his identity, prophecies written centuries before his birth, pinpoint the place of his birth and the kind of birth it would be. And reason number 7, the Christmas story is important because it's a story of love. Mary's baby, you see, was born to die, paying the penalty for our self-centeredness, which the biblical documents call sin. If we had a traffic fine, I could not pay, you could offer to pay that penalty for me. But when the adult Jesus died on the cross, he carried the penalty for the sins of the whole world when he gave himself a ransom on the cross, and he rose again from the dead in order to give you and me new life, a new hope and a new beginning. Yes, the Christmas story is about love. Jesus reminds us of the Christmas story when he said these words, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Keep Jesus at the heart of your Christmas. God bless you.